Hi, this is Eric Erb from The Eric Erb Show Live. You can find me online at theericerbshow.com. And of course, find me on twitter.com/ The Eric Erb Show. You can also find me on anchor.fm. That's anchor.fm / The Eric Erb Show Live. And also find me on Spreaker. Spreaker.com / The Eric Erb Show Live. And on my new platform, Podbean, at podbean.com / Eric Erb Live. I want to talk to you today about something that's the headlines out of naturalnews.com. It's talking about the global supply chains, and Procter Gamble is sounding the warning bells. Procter Gamble, the big, huge company, the soap, stuff like that, they're sounding the warning bells. And you still think the global supply chain is fine. Well, Procter & Gamble warns about 17,600 products using 9,000 materials from 387 factories in China are all impacted by the coronavirus pandemic. So in other words, like I've been saying over and over and over and over and over again, we're buying too much shit from China. We're buying too much shit from China. It's the cheap, easy, cheap labor market in China. They might pay their workers maybe $1.25 or $1.50 an hour USD, if that, and they can get that cheap ass labor over here because they have 1 billion people. Where we have about 360 million here, they have 1 billion plus over there. That's why the labor is so cheap. And we've been taking advantage, just like every country has been taking advantage. We've all sold our souls practically, or at least the people in these big companies have sold their souls to China. Now China, the retribution is, now the supply chains can be interrupted, where we get our pharmaceuticals, where we get our products, our everyday, our products that come from over China. I mean, almost everything. The soaps, the container of the soaps come in, all the way up to the pharmaceuticals. I mean, everything is coming from China. You name it, rice, you name it, it comes from China. And unfortunately, this has been a grave, grave mistake. And this country here in the United States is just beginning to wake up and realize and say, oh my God, holy shit. I just realized all the fucking shit I'm buying is coming from China. And guess what? They have the coronavirus over there, and it's gone full bore. And because it's gone full bore, it's interrupting the supply chains everywhere. I mean, think about that. It's yet another devastating piece of news for the financial markets and global supply chains and consumer products. It's absolutely crazy. Each of these suppliers, mainly Procter & Gamble and many, many, many others, faces their own challenges in resuming operations. And it's absolutely crazy. Chinese copper and petroleum fuels have even plummeted in the last 30 days, indicating a sharp plunge in factory production. And then everything is starting to hit. I know the auto industry is about 30 to 60 days from tanking, meaning going under, of course. In China, they actually manufacture parts of cars and everything else. It's real big in China, okay? And that's going under, or will go under within 30 to 60 days. I mean, people don't have enough reserves. These companies don't carry, hundreds of millions of billions of dollars in reserves in order for, if something comes along like, oh, the coronavirus, we kind of didn't plan on this shit. So guess what? The coronavirus hits, everybody's caught with their pants down. They don't understand what's going on and the ramification globally. China does, and they're desperately, desperately trying to save their ass right now to keep China and the Chinese economy and the people at work. First of all, as the people go to work, the Chinese economy goes, but so goes China. Unfortunately, the rest of the world is going to sink because, again, we've all sold our souls to China, and we are all getting cheap ass shit from China, cheap ass labor from China. The unions here in the United States used to pay good, not anymore. They farm everything out to overseas, either Mexico or in this case all to China, just to get this cheap-ass shit. And so, again, we are definitely paying for that over here. So don't be surprised to start to see here in the United States. And again, the virus is spread all over. They're using these fake numbers like now there's 25 people. I think there's between 18 and 25 people over here, and the real number is a lot more than that. It's more like 50 or more that have the coronavirus here in the United States. But they're lying about that, just like they're lying about China. The numbers are exaggerated. It might be 300,000 people that are infected with the coronavirus. And I mean, they're showing you some fake numbers. It's all fake bullshit is what it is. And there might be actually more like 30,000 or more dead. So this is a pandemic. This is serious shit. You folks need to wake up out there and realize this is serious, serious shit. It's a matter of life and death. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to sound like an alarmist. I'm not trying to be politically correct, which I am never not. I'm never politically correct. I'm just trying to give you guys a stern warning that you need to stock up on food. You need to stock up on water. You need to stock up on medicines, especially if you're in the United States and other countries that have not been hit by this shit. Because it's going around, and don't think it's not going to get you, because it will get you soon enough. The coronavirus is spreading everywhere. I think it's in like 45 countries now, not just 30. It's spreading. It's a pandemic. They don't want to say it's a pandemic, but it's a global pandemic. So let me know what you think of the podcast. Again, this is Eric Erb from The Eric Erb Show Live. You can find me online at theericerbshow.com. Then, of course, twitter.com/The Eric Erb Show. And then you can also find me on anchor.fm. That's anchor.fm. Like, subscribe. Love to have you as a subscriber so you can help me and help keep this channel going. If you like this news and information, I try to bring to you at least a couple times a week, 3 to 4 times a week. And then, of course, you can find me on Spreaker.com/The Eric Erb Show Live, and on Podbean. That's podbean.com. /Eric Erb Live. This is Eric Erb. Have a great night. I'm signing off.